Hi, Shanmukh.
Hey, hi, Sandeep.
Okay, Madhu and I are driving, so we'll be on audio for
Sure, yeah.
30 minutes.
Sure, yeah.
Hi, Sangeeta.
Hello.
We're going to just start driving and then Madhu will log in from his laptop.
Got it. Okay.
He's with me.
Okay.
Sorry. She can't see.
I can see you, Madhu. Hi, GP. Hi, Shanmukh.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Apurva.
Hey.
Sangeeta, Madhu is just logging in. After he does, I'll drop off and he'll continue from his laptop.
Okay.
I made Sangeeta.
Yeah, I'm the host, Madhu.
Give everyone a few more minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should. At least a couple of minutes. Yeah. Where are you located, Apurva?
Oh, currently I'm in Tempe.
Shanmukh, how about you?
I'm from Atlanta.
Yeah, GP or Atlanta as well, currently.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Monica.
Hi.
Sandeep and Madhu are driving together, but Madhu would be connecting very soon. He'll come on his laptop soon. Are you in Arizona as well, Monica?
I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Definitely on the West Coast, so because it's still bright out there.
Yeah. Yes, question.
Hi, Mrinal.
Hi guys.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Still solving the problem.
That's good.
Yeah.
Madhu, are you really on?
Yes, Sangeeta. I'm
Okay.
using Sandeep's audio.
Yes, it is Sandeep's audio.
So we
Okay.
can start whenever we are ready.
It's 5 minutes past, and we have 5 candidates who joined us. I think we can get started.
Yep.
Madhu, do you want to open up? Yeah, go on, Madhu.
Yeah, again, I'm sure all of you know the context of the meeting. This is supposed to be more of an office hours. If you have any questions with respect to the problem, the data set, or the solution that you have picked and implementing, if you need any suggestions, guidance, if you want to bounce off your thoughts, you can use this time to do all of those. So, yeah, before maybe I talk about anything else, I want to check if any of you have any question, if you guys want to sharing of the thoughts as well.
Yeah. Hey, Madhu, can I go first?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So I chose extracting information from the passport dataset. So I've been working on this. So I've been on an overall analysis. So I found out that there are like 3 different type of passport cards. So one being the passport card and one being the single straightaway image of a passport, and the other being two-sided, just like another old, sort of an old card. So yeah, so I have tried 3 different methods. So, but again, I found out one to be more likely it's extracting more than 90 to 95% of the text, whichever we wanted. So I have actually like planned to build in such a way that the primary focus of this project is like only the 3 parameters, like the first name, last name, and the date of birth. But again, if we wanted to increase the parameters as well, this method would help, is what I thought. So, but I'm not really sure if I'm going in the correct direction or no. So I'm making use of PyTesseract OCR.
Okay.
So with that thing, so what the plan would be is like hypertuning, hyperparametering, and clearing. First of all, I'm likely to pre-process the image. So after pre-processing the image, so converting it into grayscaling, and then again performing another few like change of the angle, rotation of the image, and all this stuff, and trying to extract the text. So I was the model was I was getting like accuracy of 90 to 95% with one sort of a picture. So there are another 2 sort of a picture where the orientation is changing and the size of the image is changing and all. So what I plan to do is initially in the first step of overall all the pre-processing would be to identify the size of the image using DPI and other dimensions techniques. So, and if the image parameter uniqueness is like, if it is like type 1, then follow this particular sort of a code. And if it is a type 2, follow this code. Type 3, same continues with 3 different types. So I plan to, again, after converting everything, so the idea is to extract everything into an Excel file by creating, giving a label column and labeling the surname, given name, and the date of birth as 1, 2, 3 respectively. and then create a dat files of xdat and ydat, and then convert the dat into a pickle file, and the final pickle file would be the model file. Is this method approachable, or do you suggest any other better method or way?
So let me paraphrase if I understood all of the details correctly, Shanmukh. So for the 3 different image types that you have, you felt that the model performance different, high in some one particular category and maybe not so high for the other one. So you extracted all of the first name, middle name, last name, suffix, address, all of that information. For passport, sorry, no address, date of birth information.
Yes.
And after that, and you gave the label of this is the image category number 1, image category number 2, image category number 3, and then accordingly
I'm sorry, Madhu, sorry to interrupt you. I did not label the image category 1, 2, 3, but rather I labeled the surname as 1, given name as 2, and date of birth as 3. So what I'm trying to locate is trying to identify the coordinates of the text where it was there in the passport. So I'm trying to train the model based on the past coordinates.
Yeah, perfect. So just to make sure that you are extracting the first name, either whatever information that you have extracted, to give it the right label, that's the task that you have to solve. Right, Shanmukh?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So yes, again, in terms of the approach, again, the problem over here is you don't know where exactly each different name type or basically the attribute type appears, and that's what you are trying to solve by registering the coordinates and trying to estimate the coordinate location for any of their future image.
Correct.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Although on the other hand, there could be another solution that you can try to incorporate as well. If if you can brainstorm a little, Shanmukh. But again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go with your existing plan. Definitely thumbs up on that one. But if you want to explore, for whatever reason, if the current solution doesn't work out, there is definitely at least one more solution that you can employ, that you can try.
Sure, Manu. I'll try to explore more on this part. But yeah, on an overall progress, so like I just wanted to know if this method or solution will work, or I'm not really sure that I don't even know like how much computational power it uses, and is it viable to implement this on a production level or a further level. So yeah, considering all these factors, I'm not really sure, but I will definitely explore on this.
Yeah, sure. The solution looks good. Sounds good. Shanmukh.
Sure. Thank you, Madhu.
And maybe just a clue, I guess, if you want to think about the other solution, just study the passport image a bit more closely, see if there is any other information that you can leverage to identify the attribute type. Is it the first name? Is it the middle name? Is it the last name? Okay. And just FYI, Tesseract provides you the coordinates as well of the text that you have extracted.
Yeah, I think I've kind of explored the MRZ region as well, but the problem is again, I was only able to get 2 parameters out of the required one. So yeah, not really sure. Yeah, but I'll definitely try to figure out more ways and fix this, come up with another kind of a solution as well.
No, just keep this as a backup solution. Please go ahead with your current solution. I don't want you to digress you and waste your time. So please go ahead with your implementation.
Sure, Madhu. Yeah.
Any other questions from anyone else?
Yeah, as Shanmukh mentioned, I'm also using like for extraction or OCRs, they're pre-trained. So like, what are the expectations we have? Can we use pre-trained or you want us to write from scratch?
So, frankly speaking, Monica, over there, again, if you are able to build your own OCR model, that would be great. But again, it's completely okay to reuse some of the existing open source models, like Tesseract by Tesseract as an example.
Even that was the same question. Even I had, Madhu, like if you have to use like pre-trained model like Keras OCR or Tesseract or all the other stuff, or I was going with two approaches. Like one was like easy OCR, and the other one was like CRNNs, like completely building it, both having the convolution networks, and then later on we have the decoding part for the text. So I was just checking like which one is really working out for me. So just in between both of those right now.
So it's always easier for you to implement one solution end to end. That would be my suggestion. That way you can go and replace one of the other model that whatever you wanted to try. Okay. You have limited amount of time, right? It's safer for you to build the entire solution first with one solution design.
Yeah, Madhu, like that's what, like I think I'll also go for like the pre-trained model and then do the hyperparameter tuning and then train the model with that. Yes, RCNN I could use it, but what might happen is like if I like explicitly define the model layers and stuff, and I try to train it on that model, because like the data set size is also a little bit low. I don't think so it
Exactly.
might perform as better as the pre-trained models. But I was just checking that part also out. Like that was the question like I had in the previous discussion that about the data set size, and yeah.
Yeah. So which design challenge did you pick, Amrunal? Is it driver's
It's
license?
the passport.
Passport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The number of records are definitely lower over there, even with the data augmentation. You'd still end
Yeah.
up with just a few hundreds or maybe just guessing a couple of thousands of records.
But still it might be less for the no matter how much layers I include in the computational part, it's still going to be expensive. So maybe I might go for like easy OCR and then do the hyperparameter tuning and train the model. Yeah, that was,
There's
I
number
just wanted to talk that out before. Yeah, that's it from me, Madhu. Yeah.
Apurva, you had something you wanted? Yeah, go on. Apurva, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just adding that, because we have very low number of training samples, adding more layers in any neural network would just like overtrain it on the what we have and might perform bad on the testing data itself. So adding more layers for small data is not going to be helpful.
Yeah. So yes, you can use the training data set in multiple ways, Apurva. One is if you are satisfied with open source pre-trained model, you can just use the training data set for
Kind of testing.
Sorry?
Kind of testing, because the model is already pre-trained. So now what we are doing is
Yeah.
improving its accuracy on what our data is.
Right. And also just to ensure that because you are extracting multiple attributes from it, you need to ensure that you have better model performance on each of the attributes. So the moment when you're trying to improve the overall performance on each and every attribute, you might come up with creating some variables as part of the post processing. Now, the moment when you have a variable in your post processing, there is always going to be a scope for optimizing that variable. Right?
Are you talking about when we have extracted the text and now within the text we are trying to
Yes.
extract the first name, last name? Okay, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So the moment when you have this new variable which has the scope for optimization, now you can use your training data set for optimizing these parameters and testing it on your test data set, and then you can finally propose it on the validation data. So that is definitely one of the approach that you can take. And I think that's what Shanmukh is taking. Just in terms of other approach, if you want to reuse the existing pre-trained model, but fine-tune the model further on your own data set, which is in this case the passport data set or driver's license, whichever that you are considering. Then you can try to use this training data set to fine-tune the final layer to do more training, to increase the number of epochs, and do additional training on your own data from training data set. And that may potentially improve the model performance, particular to this nature, this characteristics of the training data that you have in hand. And you can test it out on the test data set. And if that looks good, you can use it for the validation data set as well.
But all models don't like allow us to like add another
Yes.
layer for our like add kind of more our training data for like fine-tuning the model.
Right. So it depends upon, again, the pre-trained model that you are considering. If it's something like PyTesseract, it's completely closed box. You cannot pretty much train it. Yes. So it depends upon the pick
Are
of
there
your
any
open source model.
OCR models that you know which can do this?
Right. So some of the models actually in Keras, I believe Mrunal is referring to those, where you can
Keras
actually
OCR.
build. Please go ahead, Mrunal.
Yeah, sorry. I was just saying the same thing like the Keras OCR.
Yeah. You can try to build them from the scratch, or you can just try to provide your additional training data set so that you can fine tune the existing model on your data set.
Hi, Madhu. I have a question with regard to the submission file. So we have like pre-processing, post-processing, checking the quality, all these things, right? So how do you expect it to be like, do you expect it to be in a single file, integrated in a single file, or in multiple files, and then like
Are you referring to the code itself, GB?
yeah, yes,
Okay.
like the pre-processing separate file,
Sure.
post-processing in a separate file, like that.
If you're writing Python, so again, our suggestion was to use Google Colab, GB.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I would highly recommend you to use just one particular Colab notebook. That way it would become a lot more easier for you to do the documentation as well.
Okay.
And then the flow of the work would be a bit smoother as well for someone to follow the entire notebook. So my going in recommendation is to use one notebook, but it's not a hard constraint. If you, do you have any constraints which are restricting you from creating everything in one single notebook, GB?
Not yet, but I just wanted to confirm that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our recommendation is one notebook, but if you have constraints, we would understand that, and it would be okay.
Sure. Thank you.
I also have a question about the submissions. So the evaluation that criteria that we have been given, I think we discussed last time that there would be more details added to it based on what we were shared in the orientation. So are there going to be any changes to it?
Yes. Not so much, Apurva. And thanks for bringing that up. We are working on those details, Apurva. We'll be publishing it definitely by Monday when we meet. That we'll share that. Monday's office hours. Before that, we'll be able to submit it on Saturday. No, but they don't need to. Oh, they need the assessment criteria. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we'll share that over the weekend. Yeah, we'll share that definitely. Maybe by end of tomorrow. Yeah. By end of tomorrow. And sorry for the delay in sharing that information. And everyone.
Madhu, one more question regarding this submission kind of thing. So when we submit our final Python notebook, so do you expect us to write what all our assumptions and everything in each of the section dividers or something like that, or should we have a separate document for that?
So the way usually the notebooks are structured is to enable the documentation within the notebooks, right, Shanmukh? So one of the main reason why we suggested Google Colab notebooks is to have you do the documentation of either the packages that you are using or your originality on picking something or the other of any pre-processing techniques as well, so that you can document all of that information right over there.
Sure, yeah.
So bottom line, we expect you to have the documentation in Google Colab itself. No problem. Colab notebook.
Understood that, yeah.
So just as a reference, if you look at the synthetic identity fraud solution under AI Academy, you can use that as a reference Colab notebook for documentation and code.
That you may not be able to see it right away because you'd have to go through that design challenge until the complete solution. So,
oh, it's published, right? The Google Colab notebook for the entire.
But it's in the complete solution.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
So if you want a reference on how the level of documentation that we are expecting, we can share one sample notebook with you, if that helps.
Sure, Madhu. That would be helpful.
Sure.
Yeah, let's post that in the chat maybe tomorrow, Madhu.
Yes. Yes.
I'll make a note.
Are any of you facing issues with Colab infrastructure? With any of the packages?
As of now, I did not face any such infra issues, Madhu.
Okay, nice, good.
Yeah, but Google Colab, there is no option to edit now Python version if you want to change, right? They have kept like 3.10 plus only.
Yes. Yes.
I was like trying to install something, but it doesn't support 3.10 plus.
Okay. So if that's actually a good discussion item, Monica. If you feel that whatever pre-trained model or whatever patches that you want to use, if they are somehow not compatible with Python 3.11 in Google Colab, you can use your Jupyter notebook on your local machine build the solution, and finally share it with us. That particular notebook. But if you're not facing any issues, we would highly recommend you to use Google Colab.
Yeah, because GPU options. And what is the submission date?
Any questions on the data or?
So, Madhu, Monica was asking about the submission
Sangeeta,
date.
maybe you are on mute.
No,
Oh,
can you hear me? Can you guys
Sorry,
hear me?
sorry. No. I think it's an issue on our side.
Okay. So Monica was asking about the submission date. We said Saturday, right?
I'm
Madhu,
sorry,
can
we
you
had
hear us?
lost audio for a second. We can now.
Okay. Okay. Monica was asking about the solution submission date. We said it was Saturday, correct? So we'll
Yes.
have one day to
End of Saturday.
evaluate.
That's right, Sangeeta.
End of Saturday.
End of Saturday.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
Okay, so if there are no other questions, just a quick update for all of you, and we'll post this in the chat as well. We have 3 industry experts as judges for the pitch session. So we have one from American Express, another from Citizens Bank, and another from Switchfly, a travel company. So you will get a chance to present to them and also expand your network. And like we mentioned earlier, the pitch session is going to be on August 25th, which is Friday. And if we need additional time, then we'll schedule some additional time on over that weekend, either 26th or 27th. Okay. Anything else before we wrap up?
Nothing from my end, Sanka.
Thanks, Shanmukh.
All right.
Anybody else? Okay. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Again, if there are any questions, please feel free to ask us in the chat section, or personal messages are welcome too. So, yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.